Guys, so truly I did not want to come on this video because I was like, God, I look a mess. But I wanted to come on here really quick because I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So I've made like YouTube videos and I've cursed, I've done all those things. And I guess for me, the reason why I feel the need to come on here and talk about this, because I know a lot of times in this space as Christians, as believers, as black people, and we understand the anti-blackness and all the different twisted and all the different things concerning it. Let me not say twisted, but the things that have happened historically regarding Christianity and how religion has been weaponized against some black people. It's just a conversation for another day. But I wanted to come on and let you guys know that God really is real. And I know I'm on here looking crazy, but I wanted to get on here because I don't think that sometimes when we're living, we're having a good day, things are going well in our lives, we're wealthy, we're online, we're distracted, whatever the case may be, we fail to realize how dark it is in this real world. We fail to realize how much darkness is really in this earth. We fail to really take into consider just the times in which we're living in. We fail to take into consideration the fact that God is truly keeping us. If you're here today, you're in your sane mind, you're healthy, you're whole, you're sane, you know what I mean? You have resources, you have a roof over your head. Like, God is truly keeping you, and he's keeping your family. Your family is blessed. Y'all not going through, turmoil and chaos. I mean, I just read like 4 articles where 18-year-olds been hanging out with 28-year-olds, which is a story for another day, which is so crazy to me. This is what happens too when we blur the lines, right? When we're on social media and we don't say, hey, at 25, it's time to put away childish things, right? Now I'm at this age where I'm becoming an adult, right? I give people grace at 25 because that's when the brain cognitively develops, right? We don't say, hey, it's time to put away some of this childish stuff, right? It's time for me to stop clubbing, stop hanging out, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I battle with that. And I think sometimes we all battle with that. And we feel like, oh, well, people are always talking about this and they're always talking about that as Christians and da-da-da-da-da. But the thing about, I want to say this. First of all, we know that cursing is true. It's true. You can use, you need to learn more words to articulate yourself. It's just the truth. And, it's not even just from a woman's perspective of it being like distasteful or tactless or whatever the case may be. But I think that cursing can be very offensive. I was talking to my mom earlier today and I was like, talking to her or whatever. And, and it's just offensive. And you probably like your mom, my parents are young. So, but, and, it's just offensive. And, you understand that, the things that the Lord tells us and what he, demands of us and why he puts certain parameters in place. It's like, it's not even really religion. It's because it harms people. When you get drunk or when you're drinking and you're acting in a certain way, like, that harms the people that are around you, right? That makes people afraid. That makes people fearful of you because it's like, okay, you dealing with all different kinds of things. So I know I'm on here looking crazy, but I had to come on here and say that because, I just think as someone who really kind of had the type of attitude of like, man, that stuff is religious. I'm not about to be da-da-da-da-da. No, it's really truth in like walking out a lifestyle. And it's so funny because I just posted a video on here, a podcast, and here I am right now. And, the Bible talks about that, right? Every knee will bow and profess that Jesus is Lord. So, it really doesn't matter. I think at the end of the day, when people talk about the religious battle and, anti-blackness and all of that, God is real. You know what I mean? God is real. And as someone who has been an advocate and an activist of social justice, right, I can honestly say that trying to carry all of that on the weight of your back is so heavy. Trying to carry every offense, everything, every injustice, every wrongdoing is very heavy. So I can see why, God tells us to cast